Chair lays out the conference committee report on House Bill 1290. The secretary will read the caption.
Conference committee report on House Bill 1290 relating to the required repeal of a state agency rule before adoption of a new state agency rule.
The chair recognizes Senator Kolkhorst on the conference committee report. That's 1290, Senator.
Thank you, Madam President and members. House Bill 1290 amends the government code to prohibit a state agency from adopting a proposed rule unless the state agency repeals at least one state agency rule on or before the proposed rule's effective date. Members, as you remember, we had several exemptions to this requirement on the floor. Those are all retained in the conference committee report, including Senator Uresti's DFPS exemption and Senator Watson's exemption for self-funding agencies. As we worked with the House sponsor, Representative Roberts, and the Speaker's office, there were several things that were added, and I will clarify those. One is it clarifies that multiple rules adopted as part of a rulemaking package are considered one rule for the purpose of this CCR. It's a package rule. So there can be a number of rules in a package, and when those are inserted, then only one rule has to come out. The CCR also contains the requirement that an agency, after adopting a rule that imposes a cost, must remove or amend a rule that imposes an equal cost from the Senate draft, but clarifies that it is not a total cost. It exempts any rule adopted to protect the health and safety of the welfare of Texans. It exempts the PUC, the TCEQ, and the Texas Racing Commission. It exempts rules necessary to implement legislation unless the legislature explicitly states this law applies to that rule. And then finally, Section 2 of the bill retains the content of SB 289 by Senator Van Taylor, which was the House version of HB 1290, which was in the House Bill 1290. And members, this bill is certainly not perfect, and one of the things that I've learned through this process is that while we make a lot of laws here, the rulemaking process is really where much of Texas government is done. So with some I would say pause and regret, I do move passage and know that this is a good starting point in which when we leave here we really need to be watching the rule making process because much of our government is done there.
Senator Kolkhorst moves adoption of the conference committee report on House Bill 1290. The secretary will call the roll.
Bettencourt, Birdwell, Buckingham, Burton, Campbell, Creighton.
23 ayes and 8 noes. The conference committee report on House Bill 1290 is adopted.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam President.